Hello friends! Welcome back to Unbound Learners Pre-K. Happy Friday everyone! Are you ready to sing a good morning song together? Let me see you make your arms out in front into a big circle like this. Now raise them up high. Very good. And back out in front. Now let's sing together. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. I hope that everyone has had a wonderful week learning with me. Let's move on to the calendar and weather chart. I have my pointer stick right here. The month is December, and today is the 18th. The year is 2020. So let's move our chip from yesterday, which was the 17th, over to the number 18 like this. Today is December 18th, 2020. Today is also the last day of Hanukkah for those of you who celebrate that. Let's count all the days that we've had so far. Get your counting finger ready like this. Warm it up. All right, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Today is December 18th, 2020. Let's sing the days of the week together. Hold up 7 fingers. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if yesterday was Thursday, and I said that today was the last day of the week, that means that today is Friday. You're right. And tomorrow is Saturday. But today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday all day long. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday all day long. If I move my pointer back up to the top, I see the season. The season is still fall. But guess what? When we come back on Monday for circle time, it will be a new season. We'll say goodbye to fall. And what do you think will be the new season? After fall comes winter. You're right. We'll say goodbye fall, goodbye fall, goodbye fall. I'll see you next year. And if I move my pointer stick back down here, I see the weather, which means that it's time to sing our weather song. Are you ready to sing with me? All right. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? Look at that. At my house right now, the weather is snowy. It's been snowing for a little while, so there's quite a lot of snow on the ground. Do you have snow where you live yet? Maybe you live in a place where it barely snows, or maybe you live in a place like me where it snows a lot. So that means since it's snowing, the temperature must be cold. Today is our last day talking about this letter. Do you remember the sound that this letter makes? Can we say that sound together? Are you ready? Ah. And this is what letter? Yes, this is a lowercase a. A says ah. And let's see what I have in my letter and number box today. All right, are you ready for your first hint? This is a type of animal that has sharp teeth and likes to eat fish. It also likes to spend a lot of time in the water or a swamp. Do you know what it could be? Look at this. It's an alligator. Alligator starts with the letter A. A is for alligator. Because it's Friday, that means that it's also the last day that we'll be talking about this number. And what number is this? Great job, friends! This is the number 3. Can I see your 3 fingers? And let's count them together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. This is the number 3. And in my number and letter box, what will I find? Look at this. 1, 2, 3. 3 acorn tops. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. These are about to fall off my hand. So next week, when I have more acorn tops, I'll have to find a new place to put them. This week, we've been talking about polar habitats, specifically the types of animals that live there. Now, some animals live at the top in the Arctic, and some animals, like penguins, live in the bottom in Antarctica. Now, penguins like to swim, but how do you think that they stay warm and dry? Do you see what I'm holding in my hand? This is a feather, but it's not a feather from a penguin. If this was a feather from a penguin, what color do you think it would be? Black or white? You're right. This feather that I have is a pinkish color. Now, when penguins go swimming, how do you think that they stay warm and dry? Let me show you. Penguins have special oil glands that makes their feathers waxy. So that means when water gets on their feather, the water will just drip right off since it's repellent. Can you say that word with me? Repellent. That means that the water will just fall right off of the feather, like this. There it goes. It's dripping right off. This feather is water repellent, just like a penguin's feather. Because it's Friday and the last day of the week, that means that today will be our last day talking about polar habitats. So let's go over a couple of things that we learned this week. Does anyone remember what the North Pole is called at the top? That's right. This is the Arctic. And what types of animals do we find in the Arctic? Can you name a few with me? I'll go first. Reindeer. Now it's your turn. Fox, you're right. And rabbits. And what about those animals who look like they're white, but in fact their fur isn't white, it's actually transparent? Do you remember? Polar bear, you got it. Now let's travel down, down, down to the south. Do you remember what this area is called? You're right, Antarctica. And what types of animals do we find here? Penguins. Yep, we just talked about penguins. Now let's talk about some similarities between the Arctic and Antarctica. What types of animals live in both places? They're marine mammals. I'll give you a hint. And they have blubber to keep them warm. You got it! Whales and seals live in both places. Now, what's another similarity between the Arctic and Antarctica? It's very cold, so what does that mean? Yes, there's also lots of ice and snow. Speaking of ice and snow, would you like to do a fun icy activity with me? Clap your hands together like this if you'd like to see our work tray for the day. For today's work, you'll need some paper, a set of watercolor, and salt. Use your watercolors to paint a picture of anything you want. I recommend using lots of water so that your painting is very wet. I also have found that using darker watercolor help to make the salt show up the best. So lots of water and darker colors. But before your paint dries, add a sprinkle of salt and dust it on top. This is a painting that I did a couple of hours ago, and everything has dried. Once your painting is dry, lift it up, give it a quick, gentle little tap like this to remove anything extra, and the salt will come off. Welcome back to Circle Time, friends. Next week, we're going to leave the cold polar habitats and travel back closer to home. Some of you may even have these habitats in your very own backyards. Next week, we'll end our unit with a focus on wooded habitats, also called forests. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel to get a new video that is posted every weekday morning. Thanks for learning all about animal habitats with me this week, specifically the polar habitats. Before we go, will you sing one last song with me? Oh, thank you. Let me see you wave goodbye like this. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you on Monday.